What's up, my pilots? Angry Poncho here, and I'm joined today by a special guest commentator. Her name is Maple.
Hello.
Thank you for being here, Maple.
No problem.
And today we are playing Myst 3, Exile. So, a little background, I guess, before we start here. Exile takes place, of course, in the Myst universe, a world where books define dimensions, where certain people have learned the art of writing these special linking books that link you to these amazing worlds that we're going to be seeing in this game. And the person who's going to be narrating in this opening cutscene, a little preface here, his name is Atris, and he is able to write these books. Let's say you get to it.
Alright.
Start a new game!
Let's do this.
Wahahaha. Published by Ubisoft. I think that they took over from Cyan. Cyan did Myst and Riven, the first two games. And Exile was the third.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who Presto Studios are. They made the game too.
I realized as our group linked back to Dunny that we should not restore the city as we had planned.
I think all the intros start with the words "I realized."
Once magnificent buildings
Okay.
lay in ruin, testament to the hatred that had consumed them.
Ooh, that's pretty intense.
Too many people had fallen victim to that hate, to the prejudice and greed on which it sprang.
I like Atris. He's very noble. He always has some good things in mind.
Yeah,
Good,
it has
good intentions.
he has a bunch of cool stuff on his desk.
Oh yeah.
Gazing out across the cavern, I decided to write another age. One that would help the Dunny survivors begin again, free from the tragedies of their past. So with my wife, Catherine, supporting me, I put aside that past to write a future. More than a year has gone by since I finished writing Relishan. I have a new daughter, who I hope will someday link to the age with me. And as I imagine Yisha meeting the Dunny, those brave men and women who are building a new life for themselves, I realize I've been given another chance as well.
There's two characters from the first game.
A chance to learn from my mistakes and leave the past behind me once and for all.
Oh, such an epic intro.
But of course.
Oh.
What else would you expect?
This whole game is full of these epic vistas. And I think
It sort of shows it right from the start, the very first thing you see. Now, Maple's never played before. I played when I was a kid.
But, yeah, Maple has never played, so she's going to be experiencing it for the first time.
Breathtaking, isn't it?
I'll say.
Who's this? There's a disembodied voice somewhere around here.
We call it Tamana. We moved here after Atris finished writing Relishan.
Oh, you must be Catherine.
He wanted us to have a new home too.
Oh, and little Yisha.
I'm so glad to see you. I told Atris our paths would cross again. He was just going to grab something for your trip to Relishan, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Unless he decides to check over the whole house first, which means he could be hours resetting all his padlocks.
That does sound just like Atris.
But I know he was looking forward to introducing you to the Dunny, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Why don't you wait in his study?
Thank you, I think we will. Yeah, Atris is sort of neurotic. He's a good guy, but he's definitely a good guy, but he can be a little nervous sometimes. And it always seems to be well placed. It's like, you know, the first game, just bad stuff happens whenever he's around. Like, so this
You
is
definitely want to protect this house, which is so nice.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want people breaking in and stealing your plants, you know. So I guess we'll head into his study. So right now Maple's driving, and or steering or whatever. She's in control of the mouse. So I'm here for my delightful auditory purposes only. I'm sure you guys just have grown to love hearing my voice. I mean, why else would I bring a guest commentator in? You know. So let's see. Oh, Atris's desk. Yeah, zoom in on the picture there. So these are Atris's eldest sons. On the left, Cirrus. On the right is Akinar. They play a major role in the first Myst game. And I think if you zoom out and look on the right side of his desk, he's got
A letter.
Oh, no, further right. He's got a picture of Catherine and Yisha. Catherine's introduced in the second game, Riven, as well as Atris's father, who's not in this game. And this game introduces a couple new characters as well. Yisha and someone else we'll be meeting shortly. What was that about? There's a letter there. Something. Timon, thank you for responding so quickly to my request for Nara padlocks. As you know, security in Tomana has become an important issue of late. Perhaps I'm overreacting, as Catherine suggests, but the idea that someone may have been sneaking into my study, reading all of my journals, disturbs me. After what happened to my library on Myst, in the first game, after my own sons, Cirrus and Achenar, destroyed so many of my books, I've come to realize how delicate the link is to my worlds. I've never been able to repair those burned books, to link to each age and find out if the inhabitants survived. The padlocks won't change that situation, but they should ease my fear of trespassers considerably. Sincerely, Atris. He takes things seriously. That's good.
Yeah.
All throughout these games, there are these places where you can zoom in and look at things that are not important. They're just good to look at. They put a lot of detail into this game. I'm sure Maple's just soaking it in. Check out the book here. So this is a linking book. This is one of the books that, in its pages, it describes a world, and through this portal in the front, you can link to that world. This one's not finished, so it doesn't go anywhere. Such a beautiful environment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go have a look. I think that there's a very obvious centerpiece over here. Oh, there it is. Relishon book. It sounds like someone has arrived.
Well, my friend, I see you found the Relishon book. Catherine tells me you've been here for some time. I'm sorry if I've kept you waiting. But since we'll be gone a few days, I needed to secure some of my things. And I also wanted to bring you this. It's a journal I kept while I was writing Relishon.
Oh, okay.
I thought you might find it interesting.
I love reading diaries, thank you.
I hope to achieve, compared to what the age truly is.
I'm sure you're pretty close.
Well, just let me get my keys to unlock Relishon, and we'll be off.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm interested in hearing what you've been up to in recent months.
Well, it's been 10 years since the last game, so, you know. What?
Now, why do you keep a flammable lantern in your library or study?
Yeah, it seems like a really bad idea. Especially after what happens in the first game. All the books get burned.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God. Now some hippie has stolen the Relishon book. This is how it always starts.
Appears we have linked to this new world.
Yeah, this game takes sucked into a whole new level. You get depends how the game starts. You get sucked into a book. So we have been.
like it.
Oh yeah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Definitely.
This new world to explore now. I'm really excited to see you experiencing it for the first time, Maple. Because I remember some of this game. Let's get after that guy. Gotta get the book back.
Come back. No.
I remember some of this game from when I was a kid, but nothing really important. Nothing that would be helpful, really. I was too young. I mostly played it sitting on my dad's lap, so you can imagine how much work I was getting done. It was just like, ooh, click on that.
Well,
What's he doing in there? Get him.
and surprise, surprise, it's locked.
Yeah, I feel like you could even see that one coming. It's
Yep.
Like, well, he closed the door behind him. He doesn't want us following him.
Yeah.
Could be.
No harm in trying.
It's like a big onion in there. What the heck is that thing? You see that, right?
Yeah.
Behind Hippie. Whatever his name is. I guess we need to find another way in.
Yep.
We're going to be getting that book back. What do you think of the environment, Maple?
That's great.
How about the giant elephant tusk?
Odd, certainly, but I mean, I was thinking more of the graphics, personally.
The
It's
whole
just-
game's actually pre-rendered. It came out in 2001 on a single DVD, I think,
Wow.
if I remember correctly. And basically the whole game is pre-rendered, like I say, so it doesn't have to do any work on the fly. And that was the only way it could actually run on those machines back in the day.
Huh.
It doesn't do any processing up front. It's already been like done, and it just basically plays the pictures for you.
Huh.
So just explore as you will, Maple. I'll let you lead us as we encounter this new world.
All right. Guess we need to get down from here. It doesn't seem to be a whole lot more we can do.
Yeah, I think that top part was just to sort of chase him into hiding in his hole.
Yeah, well, let's just see what's over here, I guess.
I don't know if this is helping us get the book back, but at least we're getting a nice view of the ocean. The beautiful pre-rendered ocean.
Yep. Who doesn't like the ocean? Ooh, what's this?
There's a hole. Oh, this must be an entrance to the Imperial sewers. Oh,
Great.
I'm playing Oblivion again. I wonder if there'll be sewers in Skyrim. I bet there will be. But that's beside the point. Oh, we have a giant ball. There's something, like a barrel?
Door. There.
Looks like it.
And a ladder. There.
Can you go across the rocks?
Nope.
Yeah, in this game, Maple, you want to sort of explain how the controls feel?
Just by moving the mouse, you turn the view, and whenever the computer takes over to show a cutscene, the mouse will disappear in the center of the screen.
It just moves the camera for you then.
Yeah, and then I'll move the camera for you.
Like when you were chasing after the guy.
Yeah.
It like took control to show you where he was going.
Mhm.
Right. See, the game.
And then
doesn't-
it wouldn't let you catch him too.
Yeah, it stops you.
It would stop you
So
before letting you go on it.
she's not trying to build dramatic effect. She really
No.
couldn't go any faster.
I tried. And then you just click to move forward. And if you can't move forward, then the path doesn't exist there.
Yeah. Usually it's pretty intuitive. You just look where you want to go, look at
Yeah.
what you want to look at. Like the pretty ocean.
It is pretty.
It looks really good for being pre-rendered. It's just... This whole LP is going to be at like 480p, but the game is just so beautiful anyway. It doesn't even matter. Let's see, we've got...
And we've got something.
This looks like a puzzle! We got a
Hooray.
puzzle in the first video. That's amazing. I think if you right-click, you can move the mouse around without moving the screen. Yeah, that's handy.
There we go.
So there's
So what does this do?
that's the barrel over there that was in the way.
Uh-huh.
What? It's weird. It rolls like an egg. Like it went down there and came back.
Yeah.
You know how eggs do. If you like spin an egg that isn't hard boiled
Yeah.
and you stop it and let go, it'll like keep spinning a little bit because the yolk's still moving. That's what that thing did.
Yeah.
So what do
Well,
we?
if we want to get to that door, we're gonna have to get it out.
So you gotta roll the big ball thing out of the way.
Yeah.
Which of these is?
Oh.
That works.
Yeah. Well, but now look, the ladder's tilted.
Yeah, I don't think we could get it down that way. Can you fix the ladder, not without putting the ball back in the way?
Let's see.
Oh, that wasn't hard. Okay.
No. Oh, okay. That worked.
Oh, okay. That seemed a little too easy, actually. I don't remember that being that simple. Okay. Well, let's go see what's over there in that door. Oh, yeah.
Oops. Huh.
Oh, we're clicking all over the place. We don't know what's going on. Back down the manhole. Yeah, and then there's the ball behind you. That's cool. It's so interesting
Yeah,
to
there it
see
is.
your effect on the
Yeah.
world.
Alright, well.
That's one of the coolest things. There's one world, there's one age they're called. The different worlds are called ages. There's one age in this game that I remember from when I was a kid because it's so awesome. And the finale is just spectacular. I'll tell you guys, pilots, this game is slow-paced, but good things come to those who wait. Like broken tiles? Oh, the floor's gone. That's inconvenient.
Yeah.
What was it? Did you
What
click
I-
and it didn't let you move?
No, yeah. I didn't
It sounded
think
like
it would.
It sounded like it made a little sound. Click again. Yeah, it's like, sorry, you can't do that. Okay. Well, that's helpful. It lets you know if you're trying to do something that you can't do.
Alright. Huh. I think we're inside one of those
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. It looks like a big bird cage with all the wires and...
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And there's like granite walls. It's so beautiful. This whole game, like the art direction, this trumps Okami. I'll be honest. This game is just so beautiful. What's that thing over there? We
I
can't.
don't know.
You can't interact with it from here, can you?
No,
Well, it's-
too far away.
you can't jump across or anything.
No.
And the one thing in this game is that you can't, like, we couldn't have climbed over the ball. You just can't. You can't do stuff like that in these
Huh.
games. You can't.
Hmm.
Sometimes you cannot take the obvious path because there's risk of physical harm.
Well, we could roll the ball into the hole.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, actually. If we can get it in here.
One way to find out.
Did we leave the door open? Like, is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, it's a.
Okay. Because it was closed before.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what would happen if we'd rolled the ball into the door. It probably would have, like, exploded through. It's like, whoops, broke the door. Sorry. I don't know how I mean, I can't really tell from watching it. How heavy do you think that big barrel thing is?
Seemed pretty heavy. I mean,
If we couldn't just roll it out of the way,
yeah, made of metal.
I guess so. But then it's on, like, this really flimsy-looking railway. It's very surreal sometimes, these games. But that's part of what makes them so beautiful.
Yeah.
So now we want to roll the ball into the hole in there. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, so which of these? What are these levers doing here? So it's like the left one.
This one.
It moves two different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the left one moves the far left and the middle right, and then the right one, the far right and the middle left.
Yeah. Like so.
Such a satisfying sound.
Good stuff.
Oh man,
And-
you can always tell when you've solved the puzzle right. Oh, I forgot about the ladder. Good thinking. I was about to I was like, why aren't we going back? I want to go see what's in the hole.
I have to be able to get down there first.
Good thinking. Maple's on her game today. We're not like exactly pursuing the Relishon book, but we're solving a puzzle in the first video. That's good. I have to get right into the action.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there it is.
So we couldn't jump across, but we're able to stand on this thing, I guess. Yeah. Okay. That's
we
a
are.
little silly.
And
Ah. And another puzzle? Yeah, you hear the sound?
yep.
That's another thing you gotta learn in Myst games. This happens in the first game, I think. There's a puzzle that involves, like, musical notes. That, like, sound is important. When something makes a particular sound, it means something. So, like, when you heard the ball go in and roll into the hole, it gave a very satisfying, like, boom, when it landed, you know? It sounded like something worked. Whereas when you push the thing there, it kind of just goes. It's like, oh, it's not
Like,
working.
nope,
It's
sorry.
very like, oops, sorry, try again kind of sound. So pay attention to those sorts of things. And hopefully they'll come through in the video. So what is this thing we're looking at?
No idea.
You can move those little balls around?
Yeah.
Is that doing anything?
Nope.
You can move all of them independently, right? Okay. And there's a button. You know what it makes me think
Yeah.
of? It makes you think of like a combination lock.
Yeah, it does seem very much like that. Sure, there's just some key we're missing.
Maybe the solution is somewhere else in game.
Yeah.
Do you think Atreus might have had it in his journal?
We can check.
Oh, Atreus's journal. Oh, these games.
Very nicely bound.
Yes, very nice. In human skin.
I highly doubt.
So I think let's just flip through to all the pages, and just sort of give like the cliff notes. I think.
Alright.
I think I'm just gonna sort of flip through these, and Maple, while you just turn through the book,
Alright.
I'll sort of talk about like the background, the backstory. So I'd recommend you actually pause and like read this journal because it's useful. And Maple and I are gonna read it off screen so we don't bore you guys. But yeah, what I want to talk about in this little flipping thing here at the end of this first video is the backstory, so you guys know what's going on. This is the third game of the series, and my goal is going to be to play through this game without spoiling the plot of the first two, because this game can be played independently of the others, and it's okay as long as you understand like what a linking book is. That's why I've made a point to say that at the beginning. So you see here in bold, energy powers future motion. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then So basically, in the first game, you find this linking book to Myst, and when you follow it, it takes you to Myst Island, and you go to places like this, the Selenic Age and the Age of Channelwood, and you have to solve all these puzzles and do all these things, and eventually you meet up with Atris, and you resolve the plot, and that involves Akinar and Sirius. Nature encourages mutual dependence, another good theme. And then in the second game, Atris's father, Gen, is a villain, and you have to rescue his wife, Catherine, from the clutches of his evil father. And so this game, the third one, takes place 10 years after the second. And as you can see, Catherine and Atris have formed a very happy union with Yeisha, and they live in Tamana. Dynamic forces spur change. You know, the bold words going by. I always know the bold ones, right? I mean, it's got to be important if you use a bold pen. Balanced systems stimulate civilizations. He's got all these big ideas, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so this third game takes place 10 years after the second. And welcome back if you've been pausing the video and reading like a good pilot. Trust me, it'll make the game make more sense. And we're going to be reading it off screen, so Maple will know what it says. So I think...
Alright, I think we've reached the end of the book here.
Really? Okay. We didn't see anything about the puzzle in front of us, so...
Nope.
Atris doesn't write down the solutions to things for you. It's not that easy.
Unfortunate.
So,
there it is.
that's about 25 minutes. I think that should be the end of the first video. And so I guess next time we'll pursue the hippie guy and try to get the book back and maybe figure out what this thing is for.
Alright, sounds good.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Adios.